Hey, so I was going to really quickly record this video to tell you how to use the ACC databases again. I already have one about the Gale Literature database, the Gale Literature Reference Center, but I would like to add one for Bloom's. It's going to be basically the same thing. So you're going to go to austincc.edu, and when that loads, you're going to go to Students up here. And on the students page, over to the left, library is under quick launch. So we're going to go to the library. You can also obviously save this page because you'll be using the library a lot. Remember, you can get help with any of your assignments. This would be for history or for English, and you can go in and tell them what you're supposed to be researching, and they will help you find research information, especially if you're struggling with a certain category. So these are really, really a good resource for you. We're going to go to A to Z list of databases. And in this list of databases, I've already shown you, I'm going to scroll way down to show you again. I've already shown you the Gale Literature Resource Center, but the other one that is really good for us to use is Bloom's. I don't like it as much as Gale, but it is still a good resource. So when you click on Bloom's, it takes a couple seconds and it'll go there. And sometimes you'll have to log in with your ACC ID at this time. So when we get here, you can type in your author, but you can also type in your work. I find that it's a lot easier if you type in the title of the work. So if I type in the title of the work, it's A and P, and I found out what I was doing wrong earlier in class. There's no spaces here. So if I search that, that title should come up, hopefully. Great. Well, it didn't. Let me try this again. So if I go to John Updike and A&P, there are some options here for me. Updike's Subtlety in the Short Story. If I open this up, I can look into this article, and a lot of researching is going to be opening up the article and looking inside to see if you can find something that you like or you can use. So here, this is about an inconsistency in A&P, and you would talk about the narrator's perspective. This would be information for maybe character. You could also look for things about conflict. So his self-doubt, if you want to talk about this being a conflict with himself. You could talk about his self-doubt, that kind of stuff. In the Blooms, it is not as easy to highlight. So let's see if I can highlight. I don't even know if I can. It said highlighting, but I'm not sure how exactly to highlight in this. That looks like it turned highlighting off. I'm not quite sure how to highlight in this, but you can save this to your Google Drive. Up here, it's a little different from the other one. The other one, you scroll down to the bottom for citation. Here, you will find the citation. Here, you click on citation, and you'll have to click which one you want to do. We always do MLA. And so remember, when you're researching, it's a good idea to always have another tab open where you have your drive open. And I'm going to make sure that I'm in my ACC drive to have that open. And remember, I told you that I save things in the Gale Literature Resource Center. I have my works cited right here. So I would just open this back up, and I would go back to my citation here, and I'm going to copy this if it'll let me, and then I'm going to go in to my works cited, and I'm going to hit enter, and then I'm going to go ahead and paste this, and I'm just going to try to paste it normal. And then I'm going to do the formatting. I usually like to clear formatting so I don't have all this stuff. So let me look at so what I do is I look at what is italicized. So John Updike Bloom Story Writers is italicized, and then Bloom's Literature is italicized. So I'm going to go into this and I'm going to remove that formatting because sometimes when you copy and paste, it has a box behind it, right? I'm going to clear the formatting. Then I'm going to make sure that it's Times New Roman 12 point before I do anything. Then I remember that this was in italics, so I'm going to put that in italics. And then it said Bloom's Literature was in italics, so that I'm going to put back in italics. So now my italicizing matches. So now I'm going to select this again, and I'm going to make sure that I come over to the line spacing. And I always go to custom spacing so I can guarantee that these before and after are at 0. Line spacing should be set at 2. Apply. And then I'm going to go to, I think it is insert, align, and indent. And I go to indentation options. And in there, special indent, I go to hanging and apply. And then I have to come back here and look. You can see these look like they're a different, they almost look like they're a different color. So I'm going to highlight my whole thing and go to the text color and make sure that it's set on black so they all look the same. And the other thing I notice here is that E alphabetically comes before M. So I'm going to need to cut this whole thing. So I'm going to cut and then paste it right there so that I have these in alphabetical order. When I finish my essay, I'm going to come back and I'm going to make sure that I incorporate the works cited into the essay. My works cited page in this essay will have 2 entries in it. One will be for the story itself, and one will be for the research component that I just did. Then I'm going to go back here. Before I leave, I always make sure that I in some way save this. So I like to save it to my drive, but you can download it, you can email it to yourself. I like to save it to my drive because it is one stop for me. So I'm going to have to sign in with Google. And for this, I'm going to use my Austin CC, my Austin College email to make sure. Oh no, unsuccessful failure. Okay, I better go back and make sure that I save it another way. Really? It won't let me log in? How much fun is that? Okay. So I'm not sure why it won't let me save to my drive. Once again, I really like Kales. It works better. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I save this. So I'm just going to download it, I guess. You can download it and then you can take your own downloaded copy and you can go to your drive and I think you can pull it up into your drive that way to make sure that it's all in the same place. And so here's what I got. Now this of course it's a PDF. It's not as easy to copy and paste, but at least you have access to it and it doesn't have the MLA citation. So you need to make sure that you've already pulled that information, which we did when we put it right here in the Working Works Cited. Okay, so that's how you use Blooms. I think that maybe there's some sort of glitch with my computer because of the projector not working earlier. So I think maybe if I restart, it's going to allow me to do this. If you have any other questions about how to find a source, where to save it, I will be available through office hours, and you can also check with the librarian. They can also help you save things to your Google site. So that is all for now, and I will see you soon.